Today is the day when we're going to be trying out the fake Nubian 2 Again, it's doing that thing. Look, I'm not going to be able to hold this up because when I do it, I become an ice cream. So I'm going to have to just keep it down there. But we're going to be testing out the fake Nubian 2 palette by, it's Juvia's Place. I have now been informed. I don't know why I was saying palace, but it seems like Juvia's Palace would be right. But anyway, it's not Juvia's Palace. Today I'm going to do, right, I keep lifting it up. So I purchased this from Amazon. No, I didn't. What am I talking about? Amwin, come on, get it together. I purchased it from Aliexpress and it cost around £10. I'll confirm the price here because I can't remember, because apparently I have the memory of a fish, not even a fish. I just have a memory of a rock that's by the side of the road. I don't know. This palette features 12 shades, and obviously this, as I've said a few times now, isn't the real one. I just want to make it very clear, this is not the real palette. This is a fake. A lot of people have issues with fake makeup, as I do as well. But I am really interested in exposing the fake makeup, in showing what it's like, and hopefully just raising the awareness to people out there that there's a lot of fake makeup floating about. Just because you buy a product and it seems to be really good, it doesn't necessarily mean it's genuine, because these fakers now are getting super nifty at copying makeup. So I'm an ice cream. So I'm just going to get straight into some swatches so we can actually have a look. Do you know how much I've been looking forward to swatching? By the way, you may think, Amwin, you've already dipped your fingers in there. No, this was Andreas. It was Andreas. Okay, I'm adopting the position. I don't know why. Right, do you know what? I'm not going to adopt the position today because I think I may have found a more professional swatching situation. Okay, all hail the swatching. I know the real genuine article is meant to be amazing. This fake one was heavily praised by Poplux. I'll link his channel below. If you're a fan of watching these kind of fake makeup kind of videos, then I definitely recommend you go have a look at his channel, because he is like the king of showing fake makeup. And just because I'm showing this, it does not mean in any way that I would recommend that you go out and buy this. I'm purely doing this for entertainment purposes and just to expose the fact that there's a lot of fake makeup out there and they're doing it really well. So, okay, so I'm going to start with this lovely kind of gold shade. Okay, let's go, go, go. Okay, so that looks really, really nice. I'm going to just swatch a little bit higher there so we can actually see. Okay, so that looks really nice. Okay, next I'm going to go into this shade called Layla. These do feel rather stiff, like they don't feel very kind of creamy or buttery. I'd say they do feel quite stiff, but that looks beautiful. You can't deny it. It looks absolutely beautiful. Oh, okay, that's a good swatch. It's a good swatch. We can't argue with that. A plum, like a black plum. It's very nice. I like it. Majority of these shades are shimmers. I'm gonna show a matte shade. This one is called Kenya, and it just seems like a really rich chocolatey brown shade. We're gonna go through the tattoo. Okay, so that one is a little bit patchy, not the best, not as high quality as the shimmers. It feels kind of dry, so yeah, not the best. Right, next we're going to go in with Egypt. This one is stunning. It's like an emerald shade and I'm loving this. It reminds me of the Wizard of Oz, like the city of the Emerald City. Now it does feel a bit chunky, I'm going to say. Oh my gosh, look at this. It feels chunky, but by golly gosh, look at that. Wow. Do you know what? I hate that I'm liking these so much. By the way, as well, you may have noticed, you don't have any mascara on today. It's because I'm actually going to be putting some of these on my eyes so that we can see them in action on the eyes. I realised that swatching is one thing, but putting them on the eyes is a whole different kettle of fish. Again, next one is a matte. It looks really rich and opaque there on my finger. This is Jezebel. Let's see how this compares with the chocolatey brown matte. Nice, not bad. I mean, it's not the most opaque. It's not very kind of richly pigmented, but it's good. It's a lot better than a lot of mattes that I've seen in my time. Okay, next we're going to go in with this shade Zori, which is a champagne-y kind of, look at that. Okay, so this is Zori. Okay, a bit difficult to see on my pale skin, but let me see. Nice, nice. It's really difficult to see that one on my fair skin, but trust me, it's nice. Okay, next I'm going to go in with Cleopatra. This is, oh, excuse me a minute. I'm just in eyeshadow heaven right now. Look at this. Oh my gosh, I can see now why Pop Lux was raving about this. And if this fake one is this good, I cannot imagine what the real one is like. I wish I had the real one to actually do a side-by-side comparison, because I mean this is a good palette. It's a good palette. I mean, you just couldn't ask for more beautiful, rich, jewel-like shades. Look at this. Let's swatch. Let's swatch. Oh, this is exciting. Oh, oh, oh. Look at my arm. I don't think my arm has ever been quite so beautiful than it is right now. Look at that. A real toughie, because I don't ever want to recommend fake makeup. I don't. I'm just showing, but look at this. I mean, really. Okay, next we're going to go in with the shade Morocco, and this is like a burnt orange kind of shade. Again, this is a matte. It looks very richly pigmented on my finger there. I do feel like the mattes are struggling a little bit. They're not as pigmented, or they're not as smooth as the shimmery shades. However, saying that, they actually are a lot better than a lot of the mattes I've ever tried. So, I mean, my arm is just a thing of beauty right now. Going in with Madagascar. This is another matte shade, and I've run out of space officially. I'm going to put it there. Not bad. It's just not great, you know. I mean, next we're going to go in with the shade Sheba, which looks to be a beautiful shade. I mean, I didn't want to like these. I really didn't want to like them, but I'm going to put that one here. Beautiful. Not as richly pigmented as the other ones. Like, the standouts for me are the emerald green one, the blue one, this kind of orangey one. Okay, last one is kind of similar to Sheba, but it looks to be more of a rich brown. Okay, very beautiful. Where should we put this one? I'm going to put this one, oh, I've run out of space officially on the arm. I feel like Jeffree Star right now, because he never has space because of all his tattoos. Not that I've got all the tattoos, but you know what I mean. Okay, so I'm going to go here. Oh, that's beautiful. Beautiful. It's like a amber. Oh, just beautiful. I didn't want to like this palette. Okay, so here are the swatches. As you can see, it swatches exceptionally. It's other than my Anastasia of Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. I've never had a palette swatch so nicely. I've never had eyeshadows that have swatched quite as beautifully as this. I mean, in my head I'm thinking, Anwen, are you sure it's not the real one? It's definitely not the real one. It's definitely not. I don't know how they've managed to create such great shadows and copy the real one so well. I mean, obviously we've not got side-by-side comparisons. I've never even touched the real one, but the real palette I think costs about £30, or yeah, it's around about the £30 mark. So it's not hugely expensive, but then it's definitely not a drugstore palette. But if this is what the fake ones are swatching like, I can't even begin to imagine how amazing the genuine ones are. So here they are swatched, and next I'm going to apply some to my eyes so we can see how they perform. There isn't really an obvious kind of transition shade in amongst this palette, so I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to put them on my eyes with a brush and just see what happens. So I think I may just use this shade. Oh, I'll use Madagascar. Just a little bit of fallout, but that's normal. My Modern Renaissance palette has fallout. So a horse has just gone past. I kid you not, a man and a horse has just gone past. Have I suddenly gone back to the 1900s? I don't know. Anyway, I heard clip clop, clip clop. I'm like, what's it? What? And he's a man with a horse. So I'm just going to put this shadow in my crease. By the way, it makes me cringe when I hear the word socket. Oh, I can't bear it. You know when you're watching a tutorial and they're like, okay, we're just going to run this through the socket. I'm like, ah. Okay, this seems to be blending really nicely. It's really smooth. It doesn't in any way feel difficult to blend. It's just behaving exactly as I would hope it would. And it's actually spreading really nicely. You know, sometimes you get an eyeshadow that doesn't want to blend and it's like, nah, I'm just not going to blend. I'm going to stay here and look all patchy. This one actually is telling me, yes, Anwen, I'm happy to blend. This is it. I'll let you lead the way and I'm just going to follow. I'm going to put a little bit of this Morocco shade through there. By the way, so far I've used Madagascar through the crease and I'm just dipping into Morocco just to deepen up the crease a little bit. Deepen up the crease. You never see me do my eyes, do you? Just because I'm not very good. So this is me winging it. This by no means is the best example of using this palette. I'm just winging it is what I'm doing. I'm just putting this one again in the crease, but a bit lower than the first kind of transition shade. Well, I just don't want to go over where, you know, over the top of the first shade. So I'm just kind of bringing it underneath, but blending it in. Again, this is blending absolutely beautifully, as you can see there. It's impossible for me to have my mouth closed when I'm blending. Like, I'm just like this. So I've used 2 mattes so far. So next, I think I'm just going to put a little bit of shimmer, shimmer, shimmer. Which one did we go for next? Oh gosh, this is the toughest decision ever. Should we go for green? Should we go for green? What do you reckon? Should we try green? Should we do it? What's the worst that can happen? Let's try green because I never use green. I'm going to use my finger as well to just apply this because why not? I always like to use my finger to apply shades to my lid. It's the easiest way to get them on there. I'm not going to put this all over the lid. Oh, I'm liking that. Just look at that on my finger. I mean, look at that on my finger right now. Just blend so that everything's kind of merging in together. These shadows are really, really lovely. You know, part of me is thinking, could this be real? Part of me is thinking, could it be real? Could China have somehow managed to have set up a special deal with Juvia's place? I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, I know they're not. But this is how good the palette is. It's making me think that. Okay, next I'm going to go in with Nairobi. So I've just used Egypt. I'm going to go in with Nairobi next in the inner corner. Again, I'm going to use my finger. There it is on my finger. This is like a goldy kind of yellowy shade. What I will say is I just think that on the eyes, like they swatch beautifully, but on the eyes, they just look not chalky. They don't look chalky, but a little bit chunky. Let's see, I found a negative. They look a little bit chunky on the eyes. They're not as kind of sheeny or they're not as metallic as I would probably kind of hope for, but Still beautiful. Okay, what colour can we do next? I feel like let's just go crazy here. Which one shall we do next? Shall we put a bit of blue? Because I really like the blue. Let's go for it. See, we're just going to go for it. We are going for it. So, blue, blue, blue. How are you? Looking great. There we go. So beautiful. Okay. Where could I put this? I might put this. Where could I put it? I don't know where to put it. I'm going to use a brush and I'm going to... No, I'm not using a brush. What am I doing? I don't know. Okay, I'm going to use a little tiny brush here and I'm just going to put this over here. I'm just putting it over here. And I'm just going to flirt this out a little bit. Kind of deepen up the crease there. I've got to get the other eye to match this one. That's never going to happen. I don't know how I'm ever going to do that. Going to. I don't know. Okay, so I finished my look. I'm really sorry. My battery ran out. I ended up whilst I was waiting. I just thought, oh, I'll just start doing the other eye. And then before I knew it, I was doing under the eye. And then I changed my lipstick and it was finished. So I'm really sorry that I didn't get to show you the end bit. But all I did was replicate what I'd already done on this eye. And then I went underneath the eye just with the same kind of blue-green shadows that I'd used on the top. Also, it was funny because I was doing a Colourpop haul this morning and I bought this lipstick which is called Wet. In the video I was saying, oh, I don't know when I'm ever going to use this. When is the situation going to come about that I'm going to actually be rocking this lipstick? Hello, look, with these eyes I feel this lipstick is very appropriate actually. So already it wasn't the worst lipstick choice ever. This is the finished look. The eyeshadows went on absolutely beautifully. I have no complaints. I very rarely do my foundation first. Usually I do my eyes first and then my foundation because I don't like getting fallout. There was virtually no fallout whatsoever with these shadows. They went on beautifully. I found that the shades just work really nicely together. They blend well together. The colours that are in the palette just all complement each other. You know, I could have just thrown on every single... Well, I wanted to throw on every single shade in the palette and it probably would have worked. I just think it's a beautiful palette. It's going to definitely take me out of my comfort zone. Do you know what? Whenever I review this fake makeup or if I show the fake makeup, I always say, you know what? I'm not going to use it and I don't use it. I do not use it. This palette is probably going to be the exception to that rule because it is spectacular. It's spectacular. I've got loads of other palettes, whether they be drugstore or high-end, and they do not blend or look as good as the shadows in this palette. So I think I'm gonna have to break my #1 rule here, and how can I not use this? It's a beautiful. That you've enjoyed this, and you know, I'm not the best at doing my makeup in the world, but I tried and I like it. It's a little bit different for me. I'm going to go now. Once again, you know, I'm in a very difficult position here because I know I always say fake makeup is not something we should be buying or supporting or encouraging. And I don't really want to encourage it on my channel. However, at the same time, I'm a realist and I'm giving you my real honest opinion. My real honest opinion is I like this palette. I like it. And if I put everything else to one side, I can't deny it's a great palette. I'm not a huge fan of this lipstick though, by the way, but anyway, it's there. I've used it. I'll probably never use it again. Always, I can't mention the name of the seller that I bought the palette off because YouTube would not like that. But if you go on Aliexpress, search for Nubian palette, I'm sure you'll be able to find it. I believe they are still being sold. So, you know, if you did want to get it, I think you probably would have a good chance of buying it. I'm going to go now. I hope you've enjoyed this video and it's been somewhat helpful. And please, please do not attack me for the fact that I really like this palette because it's beautiful. Okay, I'm going to go now. Bye.